What's up everyone, welcome to a new series called Questionable Mechanics. In this series I'll be exploring both game design decisions that make you go, huh? As well as bugs and issues I personally run into in different games. Quick disclaimer, this series is not to just rip on game devs or just gripe, but pose some questions and theorize about some possible reasons behind the decisions that were made. Today I'll be taking a look at Hood, Outlaws and Legends. So let's get started. One of the first mechanics introduced in Hood is the extraction progress bar. Once the initial phases of a heist are complete, the team who has possession of the stolen treasure must choose one of a handful of extraction points and use it to escape with their bounty utilizing a winch. However, this process is time consuming and requires one or two teammates to be actively interacting with the winch to progress. The progress bar will show green if your team is currently in control of the winch and red if the enemy team has begun to interact with it. Along with the progress bar are checkpoints, which can be claimed by either team, and each one passed will offer bonus gold to the team who has passed each checkpoint at the end of the match. However, this mechanic has its flaws. For instance, even though your team may have a flawless run, you stole the key from the sheriff, you found the vault, you stole the treasure, and you have gotten every checkpoint along the progress bar, the other team can overwhelm you at the last second and steal that final bit of progress which takes mere seconds to fill. This not only grants them far more gold than your team receives, but also gives them overall victory as your team stares at the word defeat in disbelief. So why would the developers design this mechanic in such a way that one team can do the class project and the other can swoop in to steal it at the last second? While extremely frustrating at times, it definitely ensures that even if a team gets down at the beginning of a match, you can't count them out until the very end. Take this run here for example. We hit every checkpoint. The other team is literally moments away from taking the win because they wiped us, and we snatch the victory back. The suspense this mechanic generates is worth the frustrating times, especially when the match goes your way because of it. One of my favorite features about Hood is that it rewards stealthy gameplay. Assassinations are a huge part of any sneaky team's success, because once you're spotted, the enemy team can be made aware of your position and NPC guards will flock to your location to begin engaging you. This gives the other team more time to move in on the vault or progress their extraction. I must admit I have trouble remaining impartial as I main the most stealthy class in the game, the Hunter. While other characters rely on brute strength, range, or magic, the Hunter is mediocre in those areas. She relies on stealth far more than any other class, and has abilities which allow her to become nearly invisible for a time, as well as a smoke bomb that is supposed to allow her to assassinate from any angle, not just behind her victim. These abilities work wonderfully against NPC guards. You can use them interchangeably to stealthily dispatch enemy after enemy. However, many times they fall flat while trying to use them on other players. The invisibility does not completely shroud you, so good luck using it to assassinate a player from anywhere but behind. And the smoke bomb, which is supposed to allow assassinations from any angle, is anything but consistent. Sometimes the prompt appears from a great distance from the enemy player, but more often than not, it doesn't appear at all, which leads to, well, predictable results. Other characters have gear that is to be feared. Robin's flashbangs, John's grenades, and the Took's poison, but the Hunter's smoke? No need to fret. It'll clear up soon. For the final questionable mechanic of the day, let's take a look at PvE versus PvP rewards. While Hood is a PvP-centric game, it does, however, have another mode that is strictly PvE, wherein you still perform the same 3 tasks on the same maps as the PvP content, but now there is no enemy team to throw a wrench in your plans. Now this doesn't necessarily apply to the elite Hood players who bring home a victory 9 times out of 10, but for the rest of us who seem to have a 50-50 shot of winning each match, I think it's important to note that there are significant incentives to doing PvE content in order to level characters and obtain gold. While a win in PvP can net you almost double the amount of gold, a PvE run can take less than half the time, and any relatively competent team can come out on top versus the AI. This is significant because while gold is used for cosmetic items such as new weapons or clothing, it is also used to unlock perks, which make your character much more effective during PvP encounters. So while PvE may not offer the excitement of PvP, it will net you very close to the same rewards as far as gold and experience are concerned. I will note that daily quests which net you bonus XP and gold cannot be completed in PvE, but the amounts offered by these objectives seem insignificant compared to what is received from just playing how you want to play. So in terms of time spent versus benefits, PvE is not only a viable option, but may be more efficient for some players. The only reason I consider this mechanic questionable is that in a PvP focused game that has PvE elements, I personally think the rewards should be significantly higher for those that choose to enter the arena versus the most deadly enemies, other players. So what do you guys think? Are these issues you notice as well, or are there more egregious mechanics that I didn't mention in this video? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like the content and you want to see more episodes of questionable mechanics in the future, hit that subscribe button and let me know what games you want to see next. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.